We'll start this morning with some big breaking news.
Cole Palmer has quickly become one of the most talked about young footballers in England, with his remarkable rise from Manchester City's academy product to a key figure at Chelsea. His influence has been undeniable since making the move to Stamford Bridge, and his performances have earned him plaudits not just from fans but from pundits and fellow professionals. Yet, like many young stars who begin to shoulder huge responsibility at an early age, the physical demands of elite football often come into play, and the two-word update surrounding Palmer has sparked plenty of conversation. That update, minor knock, has reassured Chelsea supporters and England fans alike that this is not a serious setback but rather a short-term issue that can be carefully managed. Palmer's role in the Chelsea squad has grown massively over the past months. In a team that has been in transition, dealing with managerial shifts, big signings, and fluctuating form, the 22-year-old has stood out as a consistent performer. He has delivered goals, assists, and moments of magic that have often rescued Chelsea from frustrating situations. To imagine Chelsea without him, even for a short period, underlines just how influential he has become. That is why any mention of an injury, no matter how small, immediately creates headlines and speculation. However, the reassurance that it is only a minor knock rather than a more severe issue means fans can breathe a little easier, knowing that Palmer will not be missing for an extended stretch. The timing of this small setback is also crucial. The football calendar is relentless, with domestic league matches, European competitions, and international duties all packed into an unforgiving schedule. For players like Palmer, who are now central to both club and country ambitions, fatigue and minor injuries are almost inevitable. Modern managers and medical teams are much more cautious than before, often pulling players out at the earliest signs of discomfort to prevent minor issues from escalating into long-term absences. That seems to be the case with Palmer here. Chelsea and England both understand his importance and will not want to take unnecessary risks. Palmer's adaptability and style of play also make him more susceptible to these little knocks. His game is built on quick changes of direction, close control, and bursts of acceleration, all of which put strain on muscles and joints. The Premier League is a physically demanding competition where he is often targeted by defenders who know that stopping him is key to slowing Chelsea down. Add to that his increasing workload, and it makes sense that he might occasionally pick up minor issues. What matters most is how quickly he recovers and how well the club manages his minutes going forward. Chelsea's medical staff have been no strangers to dealing with injury problems over the past few seasons. Their squad has at times been decimated by fitness issues, forcing managers to constantly reshuffle line-ups. That is why the update about Palmer comes with a sigh of relief, because the alternative scenario of a long-term injury would have been disastrous. Palmer's creativity in the final third is unmatched within the Chelsea squad right now, and his presence has been pivotal in giving them an attacking edge. He has already proven he can deliver in big moments, and his absence, even briefly, would create a significant gap. Luckily, the news suggests he should be back in action very soon. For England, this is equally significant. Palmer is becoming a bigger part of Gareth Southgate's plans as the national team looks ahead to major tournaments. His performances have made it impossible to ignore him, and his versatility across the attacking positions makes him an asset in squad selection. England's hopes at international level depend not only on established stars like Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, and Jude Bellingham but also on emerging talents like Palmer who bring unpredictability and freshness. The phrase minor knock will come as welcome news to Southgate, who will want as many of his key players fit and firing ahead of competitive fixtures. Palmer himself is known for his strong mentality. Despite being relatively young, he has already shown resilience in the face of pressure. Leaving Manchester City, the club where he was developed, was a huge step and one that required confidence. Since joining Chelsea, he has carried the responsibility of being one of the main attacking outlets, often playing with a composure far beyond his years. This kind of mindset will help him in recovering from small setbacks. Rather than letting a minor injury disrupt his rhythm, he will likely use the brief pause to reset and come back even sharper. Fans, of course, will always be anxious whenever there is news of a player picking up an injury, no matter how small. The language used in updates becomes important in shaping the mood. A phrase like minor knock is deliberately chosen to calm nerves, but it also signals that there may still be a need for precaution. Chelsea will likely monitor him closely, perhaps easing him back gently rather than throwing him straight into intense matches. That may mean a game or two on the sidelines or reduced minutes, but in the long run, it is the sensible approach. It also highlights the broader issue of fixture congestion and player welfare. Across football, discussions have intensified about the sheer number of games elite players are expected to play. Domestic leagues, cups, European competitions, and international fixtures all pile up, leaving very little recovery time. Even the fittest and strongest players cannot avoid the toll this takes on their bodies. For younger players like Palmer, whose careers are just taking off, careful management is essential to ensure that promising beginnings do not get derailed by recurring injuries. The minor knock serves as a reminder of the fine balance managers must strike between using their best players and protecting them for the long haul. Chelsea supporters will be eager to see how quickly Palmer returns, but they will also recognize the importance of keeping him fresh for the bigger picture. The club's ambitions extend beyond individual games. They are looking to rebuild into a competitive force again in the Premier League and in Europe. Palmer is central to that vision, and having him fully fit and available for the majority of the campaign is far more important than rushing him back for one match. In that sense, patience will be key, and fans may have to accept that short-term caution could lead to long-term reward. There is also the question of how his absence, however brief, might open opportunities for others in the squad. Chelsea's squad is filled with young talent, many of whom are still trying to cement regular starting spots. With Palmer missing or being eased back, other attackers may get more minutes to showcase their ability. This could benefit the team in the long run, as competition for places drives up standards and ensures the squad does not become overly reliant on one player. At the same time, it underlines just how far Palmer has come in a short space of time. He has already become the player whose absence would be most keenly felt. As he works through recovery, Palmer will likely be focusing on maintaining his sharpness. Even when not playing full matches, players undergo tailored training and rehabilitation routines designed to keep them close to match fitness. Sports science at the top level is extremely advanced, and Chelsea will have a specific plan in place to make sure Palmer returns without any lingering effects. With the right care, there is every reason to believe he will be back making decisive contributions very soon. Ultimately, the two-word update of minor knock encapsulates the situation perfectly. It acknowledges that there is a slight problem while simultaneously reassuring fans that there is nothing major to worry about. In the volatile world of football injuries, where phrases like long-term absence or season ending can send shockwaves through supporters, this is about as positive as news can get. It is a reminder that small setbacks are part of the game, but with the right management and resilience, they do not have to derail a player's momentum. For Cole Palmer, this moment will likely be just a small pause in what has otherwise been a rapid and exciting ascent. His influence at Chelsea is undeniable, and his potential for England is vast. Supporters can take comfort in the fact that he should be back soon, ready to continue inspiring with his skill, vision, and composure. If anything, This minor bump in the road might even reinforce just how important he has already become, as the reaction to his brief absence shows how highly he is valued. What matters most is that this is only a temporary setback, and once he is back on the pitch, Palmer will no doubt pick up where he left off, continuing his journey as one of the brightest young stars in the game today.